Hi, it's been a while since I've done a video because we've been in lockdown and we've had the joys of homeschooling, but they're back at school now, so got a bit of peace and quiet, and I'm going to share with you some hints and tips about putting rigid insulation underneath suspended floors. So what we've got here is a modest amount of EPS insulation, which is not particularly high performance. But the main thing that we found actually was that if we look under this floor void here, is that a lot of it is just falling out. So you can see that it's on the floor or it's dropped through. Well, that insulation is not really going to be doing anything at all. The cold air is going to be flowing up on the warm side of it, and it's not going to be insulating the floor. So what we need to do is we need to support rigid insulation somehow. So maybe with a block of wood or something fixed into the timbers, into the joists, or into the walls. The insulation can sit on top of that. The other thing that's really good practice is to put some kind of breather membrane, if you can, up and over the joists and then along underneath the insulation, and that just stops any air coming up from underneath. The other thing that's quite difficult with rigid insulation is to try and get the board exactly the right thickness. So trying to get it snugly up against the timber here is quite tricky. So again, you're going to get air leaks up through the floor and cold air coming up through there. So if you can tape on top as well, on top of the timbers, to try and stop any air passing through there, again, that is good practice. So hopefully that's given you a bit of information about rigid insulation underneath suspended floors. There's some great guides out there. There's the guide from BEIS, the Department for Business, Energy and Industrial Strategy, on suspended floor insulation. There's also a really good video on the Green Building Store website about the detailing at the edge of suspended floors and how you have to be really careful with the joist ends. So thank you for listening.